What's going on, guys? Today we are back with a Deep Wilderness Rev Cave adventure video. We're going to be PKing all over the Rev Caves in different gear and on different account builds. To start off, we're going to be doing some PKing up against this guy named Major Caps, who's also in a max set, similar gear to what I'm risking. But before we get into the video, I just want to remind you guys, we will be doing a Dragon Claw giveaway. So if you want a chance to win a free pair of Dragon Claws, just leave a like on the video, comment down below with your username, and of course subscribe to the channel for more content. Now, without wasting any more time, let's just jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy. I decided to go with the Ancient God Sword for this fight because, as you can tell, there is a damage counter on the bottom left corner of the RuneScape screen. This here is a plugin in RuneLite, and it allows you to see how much damage you've done versus how much damage your opponent's done. When you're fighting in Deep Wilderness, you can't teleport instantly, so if you do more damage than your opponent, you can always maintain momentum and then eventually run them out of food, and that there is why the Ancient God Sword is so good. The special attack guarantees a heal of 25 and a guaranteed 25 damage hit on your opponent, so it's really good for draining their resources. Fortunately for me, I ended up getting a max hit with the Ancient God Sword spec, which is also pretty accurate, and so I didn't even need to run this guy out of resources, and the total loot for this was over 100 mil, so that's a great way to start the video. Recently, I've been running this new Deep Wilderness setup, which I believe to be the strongest build in the game. Using just this here legs, we can get roughly the same range defense as wearing a bulwark, since we're also going to be using a Dragonfire ward. In the past, this setup wasn't as good because the Armadyl crossbow was the best main hand weapon for range, but now that the Zarya crossbows come out with the release of Nex, we can still have some insane damage and accuracy while being extra tanky. Plus, this is a bounty world, so I'm using a VLS, and I've even decided to bring a Mage Cape swap since I know that I can outlast anybody with this setup, and then we can get a TB at the end to finish them off. And the plan worked absolutely perfectly. We didn't get as much loot from this kill as we did from the previous, but 30 mil plus is still a pretty solid drop. Before I go any further into today's video, I just want to take a quick minute to talk about today's video sponsor, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with a massive library of different courses. Using Skillshare, I was actually able to learn quite a bit about graphic design and how to build emotes for Twitch, thumbnails for YouTube, and every graphic design need in between. Using Daniel Scott's Adobe Illustrator CC Essentials training, you too could go through a variety of chapters and learn how to create art from your PC in just a few hours. Even if graphic design isn't your thing, Skillshare has a vast catalog with thousands and thousands of different classes for just about anything that you could want to learn or improve on. From cooking to music or even film and video, Skillshare is the perfect place to start, especially with the major benefits that you get, like ad-free learning, new premium classes that get added each week, and a pool of different languages to pick from so that there's absolutely no reason to not check it out. So thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and the first 1,000 people who use my link down below in the description or my personal code, which is just Abyss, will receive 1 month free of Skillshare so that you can jump into classes right away without any hassle. Okay, so I found this PvMer in the Rev Caves who was skulled up using a crossbow killing the dragons, and when I attacked him, he put on a bulwark and immediately started tanking. I pretended that I knew that I wouldn't be able to kill him since he had a bulwark, and I immediately ran away saying, never mind, I don't want any part of this. But I had a different plan in mind all along. Instead, I went back to the bank really quickly, grabbed my 99 magic skill cape, and returned to the Rev Caves as fast as I could so that I could try and teleblock him once he thought that he was going to be able to teleport away. Okay, that was a massive waste of time. This guy had no food on him at all. I didn't even need to teleblock him. He didn't even make it to level 30, but whatever. It's free money. While I was banking that kill, another streamer named HammeredRS came into my Twitch chat and asked me for a fight. I ended up changing my setup to the crystal armor for more DPS and met him at the caves to see who would win.
If you want heat, I'll give you plenty of heat.
There we go, a swift 30 for the KO. I think he forgot to teleport or something. I don't really know why he didn't get away there because he was definitely in the area that he could teleport away. And we got another 30 mil plus loot. Nothing too crazy, but honestly my DPS was so wild that fight, I should have killed him like 20 different times. Over the last few days, I'm starting to find so many PvMers that are skulled up in excessive amounts of risk. I think the reason for this is because the wilderness is so dead, PvP in general is just really dead, and Jagex doesn't seem to have any plans to revitalize it anytime soon. So this year is bringing tons of PvMers into the wilderness, and a lot of them are noticing they're not getting killed as often, so their risk is starting to increase. It's kind of sad that this is the reality of the game, but I mean, it really does take hours to find fights, and as long as this happens, I think that PvMers are going to continue to be bringing more risk out here because in reality, Pking is just not as dangerous as it once was. Except for this guy, I did get a huge smite on him. My DPS was massive, and the total loot for this was nearly 30 mil as well. I don't know what this guy was doing with an AGS with some of that newbie gear, probably trying to anti-PK, but it didn't work out too well, and we ended up cashing out straight to the bank. Okay, I've been hopping for 4 hours on my Twitch live stream, and finally I found a fight in the Northern Rev Caves. Like I said previously, the wilderness is so dead these days, it's so hard to find fights, so when you do, you have to make the most of it. By the way, I do live stream every day on Twitch, so if you guys want to come check that out, the link is down below in the description, or just go to twitch.tv/abyss. We have an awesome community over there, tons of fun times. I stream every single day, pure Pking, main Pking, deep wild activity, we got death matches, everything, giveaways. If you guys are enjoying the content, you're definitely going to want to go and check that out. But I'm going to show you guys what happens in this fight here because it gets a little crazy. Probably the cleanest kill so far in this video. We stacked a super nice barrage with a 1-tick spec on the Ancient Godsword, and now that there was a massive kill, it's actually quite difficult to get these crystal set kills because usually people that PK and crystal are really good and really confident. They don't let their HP get that low. And that is what we like to see. 135 mil loot, 4 hours of world hopping finally paid off, and we're cashing out straight to the bank. In my last video, I told you guys that I was practicing and trying to get better at pure PKing, and that is exactly what I've been up to. In between dead activity on my main, I've been PKing on the pure quite a bit, and I would say that I've put in some pretty solid hours at this point. So here's some of the kills that I've been getting over the last couple weeks, and some of the fights that I've been in inside the Revenant caves. 27 mil loot, that's actually pretty comparable to a decent kill on my main, so pretty happy with that. Not really sure why this guy didn't teleport, because in the loot pile there was a combat brace and it was charged, so he had the ability to teleport away. The only thing I can think of is that he must have misclicked. Solid double maul elder, another 8 mil loot. That was actually pretty close. We both risked it for the biscuit, but the big dog always gets the bone, and that's another 7 mil. Like I said, that's just a little taste of what I've been doing on the pier. I'm still practicing it, and I'm actually working on a second pier Pking video, so I don't really want to spoil too much and include all the kills in this one, because I'm saving them up for that video. So I hopped back on my main, decided to go Pking at the altar this time. This is probably the second most active spot in the wilderness, and I actually do really like Pking here because it's way harder to get away than at Revs, where you can just log out at pretty much any point in the cave. Here you have to make it down to level 30, or if you want to try and log out, you can only do it at a couple spots, unlike the Rev caves where you can just log out pretty much anywhere. Bro, what even is this game? Are you guys watching this RNG right now? I've chanced this man like 5 times in 5 hits. This guy's like a cat. He's got 9 lives. I swear, if this guy gets away, I'm gonna have a stroke. There's no way I don't get this kill. Alright, so here's my thought process. He's in level 30 right now, and he can pretty much teleport at any time. But based on how much damage I've done, as you can see on the damage counter in the bottom left corner of the screen, I'm up a significant amount, and he's probably out of food. However, that tree is 1 step into level 31, which means that he won't be able to teleport. So if I can bait him north of the tree by angling my character perfectly, and then we can get a freeze and potentially finish him off.
Want heat? I'll give you plenty of heat.
Okay, that actually worked absolutely perfectly. The tree makes it so that in order to attack me, he has to run on either side, and that pulls him into level 31, just as I said previously. Now this here is actually an old trick people used to use to lure people back in the day in Old Wilderness in RuneScape 2, but it worked perfectly in this situation as well, and we ended up getting a massive loot from it. We also had some really solid RNG, and after about 20 chances, Jagex finally just decided that I deserved the kill. And that is it for our video today, guys. I'm now randomly going to select a winner from the previous video, and that lucky winner is going to get a free pair of Dragon Claws. So we've loaded up 608 comments, and our random winner is someone by the name of Sassy the Sasquatch. I've actually seen this guy comment on my videos for a very long time. He says, "Love the pure content, man. Hope you do some more in the future." Well, you got your wish, because there's definitely some pure content in this video, and he has a RuneScape named Gigs. So if you would like to come and claim your prize, just follow any of the links down below in the description, and I have a pair of Dragon Claws with your name on it.